Now we are going to do boats. So I'm just going to do two, and these are like Japanese fishing boats. So I hope you like Japanese fishing boats, but I'll show you how to paint one. And although Western boats are a little bit different, it should give you a good idea of how to approach them as well. So it is a good idea, if you are a boat lover, to go and find, well, I suppose you could find it on the internet, some pictures or images of boats, and then just copy them and paste them and print them out. Or better still, go out yourself and find boats you like at the river or by the sea, if you have the opportunity to. Okay, so first of all, I think I'm going to do this boat, and I'm going to have it going away from us. So I've got a purple mix here. You want it to be a little watery, and the first mark is the most difficult. It's curving like that, and then I'm going to have it so the top bit actually sticks up a bit, and then as it comes down it curves. So the thing that makes boats, in my opinion, interesting is the curves they have. Maybe that's a bit too much. And those curves are also the thing that makes them difficult to paint as well, though. So, and then we've got the back. Now the back of a Japanese boat is very interesting. You've got a bit that's like that, and it's very, very long, and then it goes in and down like that. So that's that bit done. And then there's the inside bit, and we can just see some of that. Like that. Have to keep this bottom wet. Yes. Need a wet bottom. Sorry for that terrible joke. Okay, and then but it is an important point, so, and then we've got this bit here, and then just a suggestion of that. Or we might have something here. You've often got this little thing sticking out. I don't know what's in there. Maybe some kind of container. Okay, maybe need to make that even stronger. And then reflections. It's drying out very quickly. I might spray above it. There we go. Remember, don't spray directly at it, spray above. And then I'm going to have the boat moving in the water, so I'm going to do waves like that. So you really need to exercise extreme confidence here. Otherwise it's probably not going to look good. As you can see, these are lovely smooth strokes I'm making here that almost seem effortless, and that's how they need to look, because if they look a bit kind of hesitant and worried, then it's not going to look very good. It's not going to look like water. Luckily I've done this quite a few times now, so it tends to make you a little bit more confident. doesn't always mean it works, but you do tend to get a bit more confidence or something like that. And then maybe here I should make this darker, and then here I'm going to have my figure, my fisherman, like this. So I do the head first. Very important to work out where the head is. I guess his arm should be there. I'm not sure if that's a bit too long, his arm, and his legs are in the boat. So I might make him bigger. So I hope you'll learn from my mistakes, but I think in some ways these mistakes will be good for you. And yeah, because you will see how you can correct things. And I'm just going to have a post up here and another post here, quite a big one, and you do get all these little things, bits of wood going across. I'm probably adding a few too many, and I'm going to darken this because the inside of the boat would be a bit darker, I think, and a bit darker here. Really it should be light here, but just darken the whole thing like that. Looks okay. And we've got one of these funny things up here with these little lights and stuff on it. So you have to do these strokes with a certain kind of confidence, and then a line across here. So what I've done is I've got some water, but then I've used my rag to get rid of that excess water so I can make a thin line. Just check on some scrap paper, and then here we go. There we go. Now at first that's probably not going to work for you. Don't worry, it's just one of those things that comes with lots of time and practice, and even then it can sometimes go wrong because you get the willies, and then you can't do such a lovely stroke. It happens all the time to me. And then we got some flagpoles here, and that's one, and then one here, and then that's too thick, but I've done it now, so can't change it. I could wipe it out later. Now can you see what I've done here? I've basically wet my brush so it's really watery, and this post is still wet. That's important. It's not at a damp stage, it's really wet, and it just bleeds into these flags, and look at that. It just gives it that little bit of magic and that sense of movement. So that was a blessing, that was. And I think that's more or less it. We could add another figure here. I might just do that so so you can have a go if you want to. It's good to know how to change and mess around with things. So I wasn't going to add a figure, but I will now. Some fisherman, maybe he's I was going to say playing with a net, but it's not playing, is it? It's a real job. Okay, so then have some line like that. I mean, obviously that's a mistake because the boat's moving and he's got this net in the water, but there you go. But at least you get the idea of things you can do. You have to laugh. And here we go, give him a cap. So you can give him a cap if you want, like that. And there we go. So if you want, you can add tiny little details, like maybe along here there might be some boats normally have these lines, don't they, which are very nice, and and it really adds, actually. It really adds. I'm not sure that one did though, but let's hope. And yeah, that's pretty nice looking. I might want to do these a bit darker. And oh yeah, you normally get these little posts here for tying up the boat, mooring and stuff like that. And so there we go. There might be things along the side, I forget what you call them, like rubber tires or things that when the boat docks it stops the hull getting damaged, so you might want to add them. I'll have a go at doing that in my next picture. Okay,